Dashing debut by any sense. We need to get more pass rush, and that goes for all of us. But like I said at the beginning of this, I'm proud of the way our guys competed until the end, and we'll have some more information for you after we study the tape. We had plenty of opportunities to make some plays. We didn't. Obviously, we got fooled on the pick six late in the game. Marcus Peters, Talib, those are very good players. And it's the first time we've ever played wire to wire as an offense. And we played against a good defense, and they got us tonight.
All right, Shannon, thanks for setting me up so well for that one. But how disappointing of a start is it for Gruden?
I think it's very disappointing. Hold on. Did he say, I want to make sure I heard this right, Jenny.
Okay.
Did he say we needed more pass rush? Did he say that, Skip Bayless? I could have sworn I heard John Gruden say that.
Interesting.
Well, you know what? I just so happen, I know a guy that was number 52 in the silver and black, and I don't know if John Gruden saw it. Do you think he watched that game Sunday night, Skip?
No, he was busy.
Oh, he was busy. Okay.
Yep.
I know he had a guy that was phenomenal, but that's neither here nor there. I think the thing is, Skip, it's disappointing. I thought the first series in which John Gruden is a big formation guy, a lot of movement. You script the first 15. It went according to plan. Marshawn was running hard. Derek Carr was getting the ball out of his hand quick, and it's like kind of kept him off balance. Not Khalil Mack. Aaron Donald didn't play a whole lot in the preseason to leave. Their defense didn't play a whole lot. And plus, John Gruden didn't put a whole lot on tape. So it's going to take you a half to figure it out. Well, it looks like their game plan was, they don't really have anybody, a linebacker or safety that could do anything with Jared Cook. So basically, they were going to let Jared Cook win the game. I thought he was going to have I'm like, man, don't let that man get my record. I want to hold on to it for at least another year.
What is it? I don't know.
214.
214. He had 180 yards. That's the most of any Raider tight end in Raider history.
Yeah, I had 180 yard opening day too. But I'm not talking about
How do you remember that down to the last inning?
Against Buffalo opening day. But anyway, and so you see what they did in the second half. They come out in the second half, they see Cook is going bonkers. They say to leave. You got him no matter where he goes. And then I thought Sean McVay, he forgot that he had Offensive Player of the Year in his backfield. They were throwing the ball around and getting it to everybody. I was like, hold on. Y'all better turn around and get that ball to TG. Let 30 touch that rock. And then all of a sudden, they started handing it to him. They started throwing it to him. And they started moving the ball down the field. But I've said this before, Skip. The jury is still out on Derek Carr. I know everybody's jumping and doing cartwheels and handstands, but I'm not as convinced that he's the guy that everybody thinks he is. I've seen far too many of these type games as opposed to the game that I think he finished 4th or 5th in the MVP voting. So let's just hold out on him. But it's disappointing, but it's only one game. Coach Gruden to come back, he'll make the necessary adjustments. But I don't know how they're going to generate pass rush. They struggle with pass rush with Khalil Mack. He was 40% of their sacks. And now you don't really have a bona fide guy that can just go get home. They don't have a Von Miller. They don't have an Aaron Donald. Those guys don't grow on trees. And that's why when you identify them in the draft, you get them, you hold on to them. Khalil Mack is showing Chicago, this is why it's showing the world. This is why they gave you $141 million.
Jared Goff last night had nothing but time to throw, really the whole night. And you say, what was the play calling? Well, I just think they're saying, we got nothing but time. We got to throw it more than we hand it to Todd Gurley, right? So, all that said, I disagree with your big picture takeaway. I thought the Raiders played very well last night, and they were in this game until mid-4th quarter. And let me go back to the first half, because late in the first half, actually about 5 minutes left, they had a chance to go up 17-7. And now we're back to Derek Carr, who started looking an awful lot like the next Matt Stafford last night, right? So can we see the throw to one Jared Cook, if he had just gotten it up a little bit more? John Johnson makes a really good play here, but the ball is underthrown.
It is.
If you get this ball up another yard higher to a guy who had the hot hand catching the football, we're talking 17-7, and instead, it could have at least been 13-7, and instead it's nothing. You get nothing from that, right? So it's the basic cardinal sin, end zone interception. You just can't do it. Yet the Raiders hang in and hang on, and they're up 3 at half, 13-10. And on the Rams' first series of the second half, they drive it down there. They're facing a 3rd and 8 at the 10. if we could see, this is the end of the Jared Cook play. If we could see the Leon Hall play, because these are the kind of plays the Raiders are going to have to make if they're going to be credible this year. But this is Jared Goff, and he throws it right to Leon Hall. He just throws it to Leon Hall. You have to catch. That hits you right in the hands. If you catch that, we're having a different conversation.
DB.
Huh?
You're DB.
Okay, but it's like right in your hands, you have to catch that. He's a good DB. He's been around, but again, if he catches that, it's not a tie game because you eliminate their ability to score.
Right.
So then one last play went to Jared Goff, and this is now in the fourth quarter, and they're down at this point.
You mean Jared Cook?
To Jared Cook. I'm sorry, Jared Cook. It's 23-13. Rams are, so it's still a ball game, and it's 8:08 left in the game. And he hits Jared Cook one more time for 32 yards. And tell me this isn't a good, maybe this is a Matt Stafford throw, but this is sweet. That's 32 yards. And I'm thinking, this is 8 minutes left in the game. Here you go. You're going to get back in the game, and it's going to be 23-20. And then, we see it one more time. And then the next play is one of the worst decisions I've ever seen a quarterback make, and it's inexplicable. It's indefensible. It's that play. He throws a lollipop up to the weak side for no apparent reason. He looks strong side, then he just kind of lollipops it into the flat on the other side. And I'm saying, what are you thinking? That's Littleton, the linebacker, who's just standing there in a zone. It's like, oh, really? It's a punt. It's like, oh, really? And that's the ball game. What are you doing? That's Derek Carr. So to your point, John Gruden's going to go as far as Derek Carr can take him.
Right.
And I'm not sure how far that is right now.
If you don't mind me asking, Skip, John Gruden's going to bring that toughness. He's going to bring that discipline back. What am I going to do about these 10 for 145, these penalties in the first half?
Yeah.
What am I going to do about that?
That was the most in the first half in, I think, 6 years or something like that. So
More than they had in any full game last season.
Yeah.
But I'm no. I'm not talking
right,
about.
that's just coaching to me. Mostly penalties are coaching.
Whoa.
Yep.
You mean to tell me a guy making $10 million, he can't get his team not to jump offside, not to rough the passer, not to do all.
Guess not.
Whoa, Skip.
A lot of penalty yards.
Oh.
But in spite of all those, in spite of that end zone interception that Derek Carr threw, it's still 13-10 Raiders at halftime. Well, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay. So it shows you they were dominating the first half, I thought.
They did a great job. Like I said, Coach Gruden did a great job of formationing, tempo, keeping the tempo up.
Yeah.
And the Rams were not expecting that.
They were not.
And
listen, you know how that crowd is. You've been there.
Oh yeah, they
Opening
rock us.
night, they are
they rock us.
ranked.
They get rock us.
And with the return of Chucky and the return of Beast Mode crashing into the end zone, they were out of their minds, and the Raiders rose to the occasion for a half.
And Marshawn Lynch said, Pete Carroll, you see what I just did?
And he did.
I just took 5 guys into the end zone from 4 yards out.
Yeah.
Could have gave me that ball on the 1 yard line. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about.
I know what Pete Carroll's answer would have been. Marshawn, that season we gave it to you 4 times from the 1 yard line, and you got stopped 3 times.
And that season, you know where we are right now? In the Super Bowl.
Oh.
But anyway, Skip Bayless, we're gonna find out just how far that Derek Carr, because like I said, I still have my reservations about him.
Yep.
And we're gonna see moving forward. It's one game. I don't like to get too high, too low. I kind of like even keel. I'm like calm. I'm like the calm of the sea.
I never see that, but go ahead.
I'm the calm of the sea. I don't get too high, too low. We're gonna see what Coach Gruden got after 10-year hiatus.
You just stay here all day.
That's it.
It's just